All right, y'all, it's my boy Cool Cars. KJ would say we back in this thing again. So we're working on the OBS today. It's Sunday. Usually my wife works weekends. She happened to be home today, not feeling well. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna leave the baby with you. I'm gonna go to the shop and do some stuff I've been wanting to do. I got a couple cars I do need to finish. This one's right at the finish line. This one, I literally all I gotta do is put spark plug wires, throw a throttle body on it, and try to fire it up. Other than that, that's ready to go. The crate motor car, the motor is almost in. I just got to get it lined up a little bit. It's still suspended on the engine hoist right now. But today, I'm working on my stuff. As a shop owner, as a full-time mechanic that has a business and everything, it's really hard to find time to work on your own vehicles. And for a long time, I didn't work on any of my vehicles. My Impala, if you go back, way back in my videos, I pulled the engine out of my Impala Father's Day last year. So about a year ago, roughly. I didn't put a motor back in that car until like October because I had just got the shop. I was so busy working on everything, and the car just sat in the garage, and like I said, I was like, man, I miss driving my car, but I can't take time away from doing my customer cars and doing all that to work on my own stuff. But sometimes, man, you got to put you first. Working on my stuff makes me happy. Doing the mods that I need to do to this truck, to keep me happy is what I'm going to do. So today is Sunday. Technically, the shop isn't open. Normally, today is my day to chill and relax. Mainly because my wife works weekends and I always have the kids. But I got an opportunity to come do my own stuff. So we're putting a sound system in this today. I got the AC sorted out. There was a leak on the condenser. I tightened the line. It's good. Right after I did that, I charged it and it started and I backed the truck out the shop and the AC stopped working again. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna replace everything. I'm gonna replace the evap core, replace the hard line, put another condenser in it, everything. And then I was on one of the Facebook groups and a lot of people were saying they convert the AC controls on the 95s to accept the 96 and up because the 95 AC control, HVAC control unit is a 1 year only, as with a bunch of stuff on this truck. So, I was just reading a couple threads about it, using the search bar instead of asking the same questions that a lot of you people do on the SS groups. I don't know how many times a day I see, how can I fit 24s on my bubble? Like, there's a little magnifying glass at the top, 24s, and you'll see that question's been asked 1,000 times, and you could just go through, boom. So that's what I did. So apparently that's the problem, because I was driving it one day, AC was blowing cold, then it stopped working. So I turned it off, on, hit the AC button, it kicked back on, worked fine. So it's actually been consistently working for the last 3-4 days. Only in the last week or so, I've had to mess with it once or twice to make it come on. Because when it does stop working, as long as I turn it off, turn it back on, hit the AC button, adjust the temperature, something, it'll come back on and the AC will blow fine. So we got that pretty much solved. I'm going to go to the junkyard at some time next week and get the wiring from a 96 because there is a schematic that I found to convert the wiring harness from a 95 OBS to a 96 and up OBS to accept the 96 and up OBS AC control panel. So that'll be later. But today we're doing the sound system. So let me walk you through what I got in mind. So first thing I did in this truck was put a double din in it. So it's got a brand new Pioneer double din. It's the latest Apple CarPlay model, whatever. It's not wireless CarPlay. I have that in the Sierra. Which it's cool, but I always forget to charge my phone. So I like this because it keeps my phone charged and it works great. Actually, and the dim feature on this, one reason why I didn't like why I like my Kenwood that's in the Sierra is the one that was in my blue truck, is because you can adjust the brightness, the contrast and everything like that manually. And on the other radio, the one that's also in my Impala, the dim at night isn't that dim. This one is very dim and I love it. So it's not bright in my face at night when I'm driving. So anyway, I got that. I was experimenting a couple days ago. I bought some DS18 speakers and I put them in here. So I got a DS18 Super Tweeter, DS18 Pro, mid-range, whatever. Like I said, I was experimenting. So that's the driver's side. I did the passenger side first. Let me show you what I did. Not proud of this. Like I said, I'm just experimenting with some stuff. These door panels, I can find them pretty easily at the junkyard. So this side, I wanted to put, I actually have 4 of these. So my plan was to put 2 in each door, and then I was gonna put 1 tweeter here. I was gonna put it here, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I was like, you know what, it'll look center, more symmetrical, have it in between, so it's like a triangle, whatever. So I had traced it, but I ended up not doing it there. I put it here. So the problem is right here, it's not deep enough. So when you put the other speaker in here, it hits this metal piece. So I ordered some MDF rings they're about 3/4 inch spacing. So it'll space it out so where I can mount one here, and I'll just put it on both sides. I don't need it to be show quality, pretty, whatever. This is a straight daily toy / work truck. You know, I've got a bunch of parts in here. It's dirty. I don't care. You know, I just want a nice sounding system. I don't know where I'm going to put the other tweeters. Maybe in the back somewhere. I'm thinking maybe down on, let's see. I'm thinking maybe put them, I don't know, maybe here, but I don't want to mess this up because these are kind of hard to find. So I haven't decided where I'm going to put the other super tweeters. I was going to put them, just stick them right in here, but my kids ride back here sometimes. So I'm thinking maybe on those D pillars or C pillars or whatever. I'm thinking maybe right here. Maybe stick them right here. There's no real use on having those. Those are going to come out. Those are some dual 6x9s. So I'm thinking maybe put them back here or up here. I don't know yet. I haven't fully decided, but that's the plan. So I got 2 more of those. I got another pair of super tweeters and another pair of the Pro speakers. So definitely doing 4, 2 in each door, a tweeter. I may just put both tweeters in the doors and call it a day. I don't know yet. And that's the plan. So that'll handle the highs. Show you what I got for bass. So I got the single 15 audio pipe. I've had it for a while. I think it's a BD3. Yeah, it's a BD3. I think it's about 1200 RMS. Pretty beefy, stout woofer. Pretty budget too. It's not expensive. I think that speaker brand new is like $150, $160. I want to go with a single 15 setup in the truck because I like having the trunk space. Now, this is dilemma. I have several amps. So that's the customers, but I got these 2 kicker amps. These are some old school amps I made a deal with a customer for. This is a 850.4 and this is a 2500.1. These amps are friggin' huge. I mean, look at this. Look at that for comparison. So it's a long amp. So I got those 2. They work great. I've already tested them. I also have these. So I have audio pipe amps. Got a 1800.1 audio pipe. And then I have a audio pipe 2000 4-channel. I also have another audio pipe 1800. I have this American Bass VFL 4480.1. It's a great amp, works awesome. I also have, what else do I got? Where is it? I got another one around here somewhere. Where are you? Another amp. Hold on. I got so many. Oh, here it is. I also got this JL Audio. What is this? The 750/1. This amp is $1,000 new. So I got that. Brand new bass knob, unopened. What else? I know I got another amp around here somewhere. I think I sold that amp. And then, of course, you know, I got my Scar setup that's in the Impala, which I'm thinking about changing that up. I got speakers everywhere. Some of this stuff is customer stuff, like that's for a customer. Let's see what else. That's all customer stuff. The P1s and those are two BD4 12s. Those are customers. This is all customer stuff here, but everything else is mine. So I'm thinking do the 2 audio pipe amps with the single 15. This is the box that I got. Single 15 box. This is actually for Torian's car. I bought this for Torian. And then I got this box for me. It's a little longer for the bigger woofer. He's got a pretty small trunk in his Acura, so he wants to put this one in his Acura. And then I'll put this in the trunk. But I messaged a guy on Facebook today. Hopefully he gets back to me. I've had this this gel audio amp up on Facebook for like $500. Couple hits on it, but nothing too promising. I really just been trying to trade it for stuff because me personally, I like to match my amp. So if I have a audio pipe, 4-channel, I want to have an audio pipe mono. If I have American bass mono, I'd like to have American bass 4-channel, 2 Scar amps, 2 kicker amps. Oh, I do have another amp. This one. It's underneath. I knew I had another one, so I got this one. This is the Pioneer D8601, and I have the matching 4-channel, the 8604, I think it is. I have the matching one. It's in the back of my Mercedes because this amp and the 4-channel were in the Mercedes. So I have matching Pioneer amps, but I think I'm going to take it out the Mercedes because I'm pretty much parking that, and I'm going to put it in my wife's truck and give her a Fosgate P315 that I have at the house. Anyway, so I messaged the guy on Facebook. He's got an American bass like Monster Max 15, and if I can get that, I think that'll be awesome. And then what I would do is I would run this American bass amp on the sub, and then I'll probably just go buy a cheap American bass 4-channel, or just run, go buy another 4-channel, because I want to keep those two together, those 2 audio pipe amps together. So decisions. And of course, to install it, we got Stinger Pro wire, copper, pure copper wire, the good stuff. We got a bunch of random stuff here. We got some old tweeters that I pulled out. These used to be in the Impala. These are some Infinity tweeters, crossover. I got some PRVs, mid bass, speakers, all kinds of stuff. So we got some copper install bay wire. This is going to be for the highs amp. We got distribution block here for the wiring. We got, what else we got? I love these Stinger wires. The good thing about these Stinger wires, I'll tell you why I like them. They're directional. So one side goes into the amp. It has a specific side goes into the amp and a specific side that goes into the radio or the power source. And what I like about them is there's no feedback. Like, how you get in somebody's car and it's like, you hear that humming? Yeah, you don't get that with these. And a lot of that has to do with your grounding too. So, but even with a messed up ground, these are great. We got 9-wire. What else we got in here? This is more. We got a bunch of stuff. What is this? Ground distribution block. So we got a ground distribution block. We got all kinds of stuff in here. So that's what we're doing today. First thing, here's the other, got a little bit of kill mat. I like to put this behind the speakers. So yeah, here's the other tweeters. The other tweeters are right here. And then we got the other speakers right here. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test fit this 15 box, make sure it fits good. Because since I daily this truck and it's something that I drive very often, I want to make sure it fits with the spare. And it's a huge spare, of course, because I got big tires on here. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, test fit it, and then we'll figure out where we're going to mount the amps and stuff like that. I'm thinking about mounting them behind this somehow, possibly. But more than likely, I might mount them behind this piece or against it or under the front seats or something like that. Because actually, when I bought this truck, the guy had this Rockville bass seat thing. It's a weird. I'll pull it out and let you see it. I don't think it works. I had hooked it up at one point and it didn't make any noise, so I think there's something wrong with it. But I'm not going to use it anyway, so I didn't really care. But I'm thinking about mounting the amps under the seats, and then just running a sub wire, so that if I'm in the situation where I need more trunk space, I can just disconnect the sub wire, pull the sub out, and I'll still have the functionality of having the entire cargo area because this seat folds down and you get like a whole bunch of more space. So that might be the plan. I think that might be the best option because, like I said, I do want this truck to still remain functional, but I still want to have some fun with it at the same time. We're doing an LS swap and all that stuff. So let me get this box and we'll get it test fitted in here and see how it goes. All right, fits great. So it's pretty much perfect. There's a little bit of room on each side. The port is over here, so that's gonna make it nice. I'm probably gonna face it up, just because if I have something back here, I don't want it, you know, hitting. And I think it's pretty much gonna sound the same. I guess we'll know once we get everything hooked up. But because the port's right there, whether I face it forward or up, the port's in the same position, so I think it should be fine. Clears the tire, so we're in good shape. So what I'm going to do, and I also noticed too, I can also do this. Oh, it's heavy with the sub in there, but hold on. Let's see. So in the event I need, you know, more room long ways, I can also mount it like that if needed. So, you know, in case I need more, I don't know. So I can mount it either way. So that's cool. I'd probably turn it around though, point the port. Well, no, actually I think it sounds better with the port this way. But, you know, we'll get rid of that. I don't use these little things. But yeah, so we're good there. I took that little Rockville thing out. Looks like one of those under seat base things. Like I said, I don't think it works. So, whoever had it, they had already, you know, there's a fuse holder right here. There's a wire, and if you look down there, it already goes through, comes out here. So I'm actually going to retain that same hole and basically just run it the same way, because I mean the positive is here. Boom. So we'll retain that. And really that's the most challenging part there, is just getting the signal, getting the power into the truck. So that'll be pretty easy. I'm actually going to run another 0 gauge here, do a big 3. So we'll run a power wire, 0 gauge wire from the positive of the battery, and we'll just follow this same piece here, because stock alternator. We'll run some extra grounds. We'll ground it. Oh, there's a bolt missing. Oh shoot. Oh no, it's back here. Okay. Well, no, it is a bolt missing, or unless it comes through this way. Yeah, probably. So we'll run a bolt off a ground wire off of here, and we'll do it to the frame or up here or something like that. We'll figure it out, but we'll definitely need to do a big 3 on this truck because that's a tiny alternator. So let me, battery's kind of dying to put this on the charger, so let me get some work done. I'll start with running the new power cable and just kind of mapping out where I'm going to put the amps and which amps going to use, because I still haven't decided. I think for now I'm just going to run with the audio pipe amps, since I have a pair. And then if I do make that deal with that guy on Facebook, I'll just keep the audio pipe 4-channel, or I may swap it out for a DS18. That's what I'll do. And then run the American bass amp, because I don't think that audio pipe, I mean, it puts out some good power, so it may be able to, let me see if he replied. No, he has not, but this is it here. I'll show you. See, look at this. Look at that thing. It's a beast. So that's the one. He wants $450 for it, and like I said, I offered to trade him that JL audio amp. He said he was interested, so he said he'll let me know today. So we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna let this charge. I'm gonna get some work done, and I'll update you once I have some stuff in place and things like that. All right, the shirt is off. It's hot. I got 2 fans going. Shout out to my boy Torian for these. I got one there and one under there. It's not plugged in, and I had bought this one last summer. But I was talking shit to him because he bought them for me in like December. And I was like, bro, what the hell am I gonna do with a fan right now? But now that it's hot, it's coming in handy. So I went ahead and decided on the audio pipe amps. I'm gonna mount them on that piece right there. I really couldn't find anywhere else to mount them. They won't fit under the seats. You know, so, you know, we're just gonna have to mount them there. And if I gotta sit stuff on top of them, if I got a bunch of stuff back here, that's just what I gotta do. It is what it is. So I got some MDF here. I'm gonna build an amp rack out of it. It's 47 inches long by 15 tall, so I got it marked here. So I'm gonna get the jigsaw and cut it, and then I'm gonna wrap it. I got some of this material here. I'm gonna wrap it with the same material that's on this, and so it'll match. It's not gonna match the interior, but whatever. It is what it is. So I'd rather mount the amps to this and run all the wiring, you know, from the amps on the wood. That way I'm only screwing the wood in 4 corners, and then, you know, maybe one in the middle to keep it stable. And then the amps and all the wiring and everything will be routed really nice and pretty. So it'll look nice, but I kind of lose some of the functionality back here. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I don't carry a lot of big stuff. I mean, the biggest thing I had back here was a transmission, and I was able to fit the transmission back here with the door, with the seats up and all that. So I think even with the seats down, I should be fine. If I got to put a blanket on top of them or something like that, I think I should be fine. But I really want bass in here, and I want good music, because I drive this all the time. So if I got to sacrifice a little bit of cargo area, it is what it is. If I got something big enough, I got a pickup truck, I'll take that. So got the wire run through the firewall. I opened it up. This is the Stinger wire I'm using. This is good wiring. So this is oxygen-free copper. This is good stuff. So got it ran through. Comes through underneath there. Got the fuse holder. This is the fuse holder that comes with the audio pipe amp. It's already plumbed in, and then I'll just run the other piece from here up to the positive. Haven't got that far yet. I was going to use these. I have these as well, but I was like, why not use the fuse holder that came with the amp? So getting ready to cut the board. So I'll cut it. I got some, like I said, I got some carpet fabric over here. So I think, yeah, this is it here. It's a little bit darker, but like I said, it's not a show truck. I'm not trying to win any trophies with it. I'm not trying to, you know, it's just gonna be a daily that with some good sound. So like I said, I decided on the audio pipe amps just because I already got them, and you know, I think they'll perform really well. That 1800 watt is a beast. I put one of those in Carlos Miller's car on 2 BD312s, and knocks pretty good. So I think on the 115 it'll perform well, unless that guy hits me back from Facebook. Then I'm gonna swap that amp out and put the American bass amp on the 115, and it'll be even crazier. I don't even think this box will hold with that American bass 15. I think eventually, if I do that American bass 15, I will have to get a custom built box, because I think it'll blow this box apart. Because my boy Justin, the one who I sold the Tahoe to, he had a similar box to this, and his BD3 destroyed it. I hear some bass. One of my boys is pulling up. I got to put a steering wheel in his car for him. You guys have seen his car before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him. Let's see. All right. So as you can see, it's way off right here, but whatever. It's, yeah. But amps are mounted. So now I'm gonna start running the wiring. The way I like to actually do this is I like to start the wiring, and except for the power wire, but I usually work from the back forward. So I like to set this up so it looks really nice and clean. And then I just put like a distribution block for the power and the ground. And then I run the power and ground in the car, and then I'll show you how I do it. So I'm gonna go get the RCAs, get the 9-wire, get all that stuff set up, so I can show you how I set up my amp racks. And this one won't be as pretty because I really didn't plan on doing this. This is just, I was just like, you know what, I kind of want some sounds in here, so I'm gonna do it. But normally I use some really nice heat shrink and the looming over the wire and stuff like that, but I don't have any of that now, so. And I don't want to order it and wait and all that. I'm just going to throw this in there and just get it in there. I'll probably end up changing it at some point, so we'll see. But I'm running low on memory, so I'm trying to film purposely. All right, so kind of give you an idea how I do it. So we got the 4 channels hooked up. We got the remote wire, and this will get loomed as well. We got your RCA, your bass remote, and sometimes I use this split loom. I forgot I had some of this, but I like using like the mesh looking one, and normally I'll put like heat shrink at the end here, make it look really nice. But this is going in my truck. It's a work truck, daily, whatever, so it doesn't have to be super clean. But this looks, instead of having wires everywhere. And then I clamp it down with these things. I get them from Ace, and I got a bunch of different sizes, and I even got some big ones here. And then I just loom it all the way out, and then basically I'll run this down the driver's side to the signal wire, and these will go behind the dash. And then for some reason the Highs amp actually has a bass remote, a remote, which is pretty cool, because my radio, since it's touchscreen, sometimes it's kind of hard to turn it down fast. So with that I can just boop, turn it down quickly if I need to. So I was like, whatever, I'll just run both remotes. And then I got the bass remote for the amp. And what I'll do now is I'm going to run the power stuff this side, so then the power stuff will come under here this way, and then this one will come down here, and it'll go through the bottom, and then that'll go up the passenger side, because that's where we put the power wire. So most cars I do pretty much the same. Power always goes down the passenger side, signal wires go down the driver's side, or sometimes it's reversed, but I always separate them. You never want to run power and signal together, so it causes noise and stuff like that. So I always run power separate and signal separate. So this is kind of how I do all my amp racks. Like I said, there's different levels to how I do them. The fancier the car, or the more, if it's a customer car, I definitely go all out. I would have waited and ordered the right mesh stuff that I normally use and put the heat shrink on it and did it all real pretty. I would have put some spacers under the amps, make them light up. I might still do that with this one because I got some LEDs, so I can probably still do that with these, make the amps light up and stuff like that. So I may do that. No, I won't, because I already got them mounted, so I'd have to put spacers and then run the LEDs. I don't feel like going through all that. It's not that deep. So I'll get the power side done. I'll probably mount a distribution block here, and then I'll just have the 0 gauge go in there. The main 0 gauge will come in here, the main ground will come in here, and then we'll have the 4 gauge from this amp come in. And I got to look and see what I have, because I don't have an actual distribution block for this setup, but I'm going to see what I can make work for now, at least temporarily, until I can get the right one. So we'll see, and I'll update you as I go. All right, got the power side, the Highs amp here, comes out here. So this is the dilemma I have. So I bought this distribution block. So a 0 gauge in was 4 gauge out. So this will work fine for this, but this amp takes 0 gauge. So I can't use this. Sometimes I'll get lucky and they'll have multiple spots to put the 0 gauge, which is what I thought this one might have had. Because sometimes it'll have, a 0 gauge in, but you can get it from either side and then out. But so I can't use this. All the audio places are closed today. It's Sunday, so I'm gonna have to just rig something up just to get it to work for now. Same thing with the ground. So I got the ground distribution block here. Same scenario. 0 gauge in, dual 4 gauge out. Can't use it. So I'm probably just gonna just connect the wire somehow into that wire. I don't know how, something super rigged up that I'm not even gonna show you, but just to get it to work, just so I can get it going for now. And then tomorrow morning, I'll go to the audio place and get the right stuff and fix it up the right way. But for now, I'm gonna just rig it up, like super rig it up. But like I said, that's just so I can get it going. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna hop in here and try to find a spot for the ground. I'm gonna put a main ground, and then I'm gonna do a distribution block on the ground tomorrow. But I got this thing, I bought it for the Impala. I ended up not using it. It's just so it just, you bolt it to metal, and then you can run a 0 gauge into here, and it has a ground. So that's the plan. I thought about using this, a reducer, at least for the power side, but it doesn't fit. So let me rig it up. I'm actually going to find the ground, then I'm going to install the amp rack in there and kind of go from there. All right, y'all, so I was in the midst of editing, light's better this way. I was in the midst of editing the video of the sound system in the 2-door, and I realized I never finished. So the sound system's been installed, I've been running it, it's been fine. A couple other things I need to do, but I wanted to make an outro for the video. So I'm at home Saturday. So I'll show you what I got done. So we did the 2 DS18s with the spacers. The other 2 tweeters I had, I blew them already. So I'm down to just the pair over there. So this one fit flush fine, but this one doesn't. It was hitting the door, so I just put spacers on both so it'd be uniform. Same thing on that side. Oh, a little preview of a grill that's going on my car. I gotta drop it off at the paint shop. But yeah, double DINs in. I got the AC working. I replaced the this is a new control panel, and I got a harness from a guy on Facebook that converts it to the 96 and up. So I can run a 96 through 99 AC control panel now, not a 95. And these are easier to find and more plentiful. So I'll show you the amp setup now that I got it done. So both amps are mounted. The only thing I gotta do, which I've really been slipping on and I need to do, is run a distribution block on the power. Right now I got it super jank. It's just kind of just kind of wrapped up together with no fuse, no nothing. I got a fuse up front, but nothing back here. So I definitely want to update that and put a proper distribution block and fuses on that. But as you can see, it's mounted, it's pretty clean. That's the highs amp there, and then this is the 1800 1D audio pipe. So, and I'm running some speakers I had laying around, but these are coming out. I'll show you what I'm putting in it next. So while the Impala is getting painted, I took all the interior out. So these are my tail lights, door panels, the rear deck is over there in the corner. This is the pieces from it. It didn't fit, but it is what it is with that situation. But yeah, I am gonna reuse these pieces. I got somebody who actually knows what they're doing that's gonna build it for me, and I'm just gonna reuse these pieces because these pieces are nice, so I am gonna reuse them, but the actual structure itself didn't fit. So I also pulled the sound system out of it while it was in paint because I need to put a bunch of stuff in the trunk. So here's the amp. I don't think I ever showed the amp in its entirety. It's a Scar SKV 4500.1. This is the box. The 2 ZVX12s are in it. The plan is I'm gonna take this, I'm getting a new box built for the back of the Impala. I'm gonna put this box in here, and I'm gonna run these Fosgate T1 woofers in this box. So I think these will make some noise in there. So shout out to Jay for these. We did a little deal, a little wheeling and dealing. I'm putting 2 of these in his car, and then we did a deal on the other 2 because he had 4 total. And I mean, these aren't cheap speakers. These things are, I want to say $600 to $700 a piece. Of course, you can get cheaper speakers that will take more power, but it's the, you know, it's the quality. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the ZVXs out of this box, mount these in this box, and put this box in here. I am going to have to sacrifice my spare, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. I think they'll do some damage in this box. So, when I get all that done, and you know, because I mean, I'm gonna keep the same amp, because I think these are, let's see, 800 arm, yeah, 800 RMS a piece. Here, let me turn it without breaking anything and knocking stuff over. Yeah, so these are it's upside down, but they're 1800 RMS a piece. And so, I'm sorry, 800 RMS a piece. So that's about 1600 RMS. That amp will do about 2000. So I think it'll be fine. So we'll run these to this box with what I have in there now, and I think it should be pretty loud. And, I think that's it, really. So I just wanted to make an outro to the video. I'll do a demo when I do that, because really it's not going to take me much to mount that stuff and get it going. I'm trying to see if I had anything else I want to show you guys. Yeah, here's the rear deck. It sucks, man. I really wanted this thing to work, but where I wanted 4 6.5s in the rear deck, where this speaker would sit, it's right above where the hinges are. And you can't put a speaker there. It doesn't lay down flat. It's a whole thing. So this car is coming up next on the channel. You'll see this. This belongs to my boy, Mr. Let's Get It. Make sure you get your tickets to LGI Fest. We got some stuff coming for this thing. So that's it. I just want to make an outro, kind of show you guys what was going on with the sound system in here, and finish this video. So I'm gonna go back, edit it, post it, and then once I get that stuff mounted up, the T1s and all that, I'll make a video and demo so you guys can see. So I'll see you on the next one.